Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Snap Off channel. This is my response for the Dan Bates 100 subscriber giveaway. The assignment was to find our oldest tool, and this is it right here for me. This is a 370 Proto USA made Eggbeater hand drill. Obviously, see how that works. Turn this, that turns this gear, turns the chuck. It's got a little release mechanism here, so you can turn it on these 7 channels to come up with different angles, and it's got a handle adjustable on there too, so find whatever angles and force you need to put on it. And it's also got a screw cap, put bits in. This patented by Ira C. Clausen in 1940. I don't think this is that old, but it's by far the oldest tool that I have. I'm guessing late 50s, early 60s at the youngest. It's got a really small chuck on here that you have to push down to open, and then you'll find that it will pop off right here at about that far open. There we go. You can see in here, it's just got this one little plate. And that pushes on those 3 pawls, what are those? The grabbers, for lack of a better term. And so it just relies on this to push on that. I've got this thing set on there as far as it'll go. And maybe that's the problem. Okay. So yeah, for really tight, small drill bits, I think you run this piece all the way up on that shaft, and I guess if you have bigger bits, you want to bind it by going to there, get it like that, put the drill bit in there, and that'll give something for this to bind against, and you can tighten it up and use bigger drill bits. I guess the only reason to keep this around, since this has been supplanted by electric drills, is just if you needed to get into a corner and have it really tight and straight, instead of coming in at an angle like you may need to with the motor of an electric drill. That's why it's not all buffed up and ready to be used, because I don't see many uses for it, but it's a nice USA made Proto tool, so I don't really want to get rid of it. I inherited it along with these when I moved my mother-in-law out of her old house, and I wanted to show these to Dan, also show them to you guys on YouTube too. This is a Herbrand set of SAE boxed in offsets, and this is also a military product. If you look at this number right here, that's the specifications for a wrench set for military use. For the federal government, and there's no country of origin on these at all. This is just Herbrand. 3/8 or 5/8, 11/16. And that one's stamped pretty well, but they are stamped inconsistently. If I put the large side down and point it out, this one's pointed this way. Sorry. And then this one is labeled upside down from that one. And speaking of haphazard stamping, look at this one. It got stamped crookedly and not hard enough, so you can barely see that 7/8 right there because it's stamped in there. Kind of missed on that one. And then I also found on this one there's a problem. This looks like a good stamp. Herbrand 15/16 and 1". But if you have a good eye there, you can tell that this is the 15/16 and this is the 1". It should have been stamped that way. So it's stamped upside down. Other than that, these are nice wrenches. They got that satin style chromed finish. All the corners are rounded nice. Looks like good broaching. It does skip. I've got a 15/16, 16/16, 15/16, 14/16, but then 3/4, so it skips 13/16. But then it's 5/8, 11/16, 1/2 inch, 9/16, and 7/16, 3/8. This is the smallest of them right here. Herbrand 3/8, 7/16. Herbrand 9/16, 1/2 inch. And of course I showed you the other two. And then in the set, someone's also thrown a cow 1/2 inch, 7/16, made in Japan. Which I guess that makes it nice to have 2 copies of 1/2 inch and 7/16 in there. Problem is, I don't think I'll ever use this set very much because it's SAE and pretty much everything I work on is metric these days. But these are pretty old too. I'm sure these are no older than early 80s. They don't have any country of origin, so they could be Herbrand USA or I guess Herbrand Canada. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know more about it than me. It's not a script stamping though, it's just a block lettering stamp. And these were made for the military, so who knows where they're actually made. I couldn't figure it out. But anyway, hope you enjoyed looking at these tools, and I'm gonna make like a cow pie and hit the dusty trail.